All right, here's your ID.
Investor Schooling. All opinions or statements expressed on the program are solely those of Investor Schooling or their guests and do not reflect the opinions of WPHT or Odyssey.
WPHT, WPHT-HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Cherry Hill Volvo Studios, where relationships matter. Always live on the free Odyssey app. This is Investor Schooling Live with your host, Larry Steinhouse, CEO of Investor Schooling.
All right, good afternoon. Actually, it's not afternoon, it's morning, isn't it?
No, morning again.
It's morning again, right?
Again.
They do it to us all the time. Hey, for all the people who thought, we were on at 2 o'clock, we're on at 10 o'clock again. And for all those people who, are looking for us, we're not here.
Yeah.
But anyway, good morning, and welcome to Investor Schooling Live. Investor Schooling Live is transmitting from the Investor Schooling headquarters right here.
Langhorne. We're in Langhorne.
Yeah, we're Langhorne, right?
We're in Langhorne. Yeah.
Off of
It's
Bucks
too
County.
early for us.
Yeah.
We're not.
I know, it is too early for us.
It's too early.
I kind of like, I'm reading it. I still can't even get it right.
I know. I agree.
I know. I'm Larry Steinhouse. I'm the CEO of Investor Schooling. I want to thank you for listening. Let's get ready to learn real estate investing, stock options trading, and so many more things about money that I bet you didn't know. By the way, my co-host today is Dr. Debbie Anderson.
Doctor.
You looked at me and I'm like, does that mean I have to introduce myself today? But
No, I was just pointing at you because, if anybody watching online can see us, And then, of course, Omri Morad,
Yes, I'm here.
right?
Yes.
And
I'm not a doctor.
What's our phone number?
My phone number?
No, the phone number to call in.
Yes,
Okay.
Omri, your
my
phone
my
number.
phone number is 855-939-1137.
He does
So
do it good.
Please call me. 855-939-1137. Call. I'm lonely.
Okay, so
855-939-1137.
you're lonely? Hey, listen, if anybody out there wants to, make Omri's day. Isn't it really your birthday on Monday or Tuesday?
On the 1st, yeah. When is
Tuesday,
the 1st?
right?
No,
Monday.
the 1st.
Monday.
I think.
Monday.
So your birthday is Monday, right?
Yeah, I am.
That's pretty impressive, man.
Yeah.
How old are you going to be?
I'm going to be 38.
38.
Yeah, if you want to come and smash a cake into my face on Monday, I'm going.
No, I'm
to
not
be-
marrying you.
No, not you, not you.
No, I don't want. No, I don't want to. I don't want to smash a cake into your face.
Okay,
But I do want to wish you happy birthday.
okay.
And hey, if anybody out there wants to, wish lonely Omri.
Lonely Omri.
No,
You're not lonely. You're not
no.
lonely.
Lonely Omri, a happy birthday. They can call by calling what is the phone number?
855-939-1137. I'm with the Three Musketeers in the best place in the world. Come on, 855-939-1137. Call us.
Well, my friend Ken MacArthur just said happy birthday, Omri.
Okay, we love Ken.
He said it online.
Okay.
By the way, if you're listening, if you're online, you could feel free to text us. Not text
Facebook.
us. Yeah, Facebook.
Messenger.
Do that message thing. Whatever.
Yeah,
Not messenger.
Facebook Messenger. Sorry.
Leave us comments, and we'll actually respond to you and say hi to you. It's the last day of the year, or the last show of the year, I should say.
Yeah.
And we're kind of like thinking there's some things we want to talk about, one or two things like how the market's going to go. Let's all give our opinion. And actually, if anybody wants to call in and ask or give their opinion on what they think the market's going to be, if you're a realtor or if you're a mortgage broker or if you're a financial guy and you're following the stock market, hey, give us a call at
855-939-1137.
say it 4 more times.
4?
4 more times.
Okay, we can afford it?
Yes.
Okay. It's 855-939-1137. Again, it's 855-939-1137. Again, it's 855-939-1137. And I'm obligated for one more. 855-939-1137.
We're going to have to record him so when he's not here, we can play his phone. His voice.
I know we should. We should
Because every
just
time
play
he's
it.
not here, we don't have any fun with the phone number.
Nobody
Yeah.
calls.
But
Yeah,
you guys
exactly.
could call in and ask us anything about what's going on in the market and what's going on with everything. So let's talk about you and I, Omri. We're buying this mobile home park together.
Yes, we do.
And we discovered something that I knew for a long time.
The title companies.
Title companies, some of them are really, really bad.
Oh my God.
Really bad. And it gets to the point where, like, if you're going to be doing a standard transaction, like where the real estate agent is doing things with, like, you're buying a house and it's a standard transaction, the real estate agent, you have the mortgage company, and you have a title company, they can't screw those up.
I agree.
That's so just about any title company can do that kind of transaction. But when you're doing transactions with multiple lenders, and you're doing transactions with private lenders, and you're doing transactions where it just
Trusts.
doesn't fit their box,
Trusts.
they don't understand what we're doing. And it's not even that difficult. I sit there and try to explain it to them, but they don't want to answer the phone. So we were supposed to close yesterday on our mobile home park that we're buying together, and we had to delay it because we had to literally fire the title company and hire another title company.
But we were sure we will close yesterday because
Yeah.
yesterday morning they had all the information, they had all the documents, everything was in front of them.
Right, and then they said, well, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this. I said, what? I don't even know what they meant. Now, I've been in real estate for 42 years, and they asked me for two things. I had no idea what they were talking about.
Yeah.
And I'm like, please explain what you're talking about. Because I probably figured once they explained it, I'd understand what they meant.
Yeah.
Maybe it was something I didn't know. Maybe it was something different. I have no idea. And they said, well, we don't have time to call you back.
That's what they said.
That's what they said. And that was when I wrote the email that I copied you on.
Yes, and it
I
was
fired the title company.
Yes, exactly. It's insane.
Because I couldn't believe it. I could not believe how bad this title company was.
You can't believe that a title company will be bad in bureaucracy. And this title company, to me, they were bad in bureaucracy, which was the only thing you expect that a title company will be good at.
Right. They're asking for certain things, which is fine.
And they didn't know what. Yeah.
A title company should ask you for certain paperwork. That's fine. But, you know, it's the oddest thing. They up to the last day, they would still go, well, we still need this, we still need this, we still need this. Well, how about telling us that 6 weeks ago when we asked you if you had everything?
That's the first question I will ask a title company. Are you good in bureaucracy? And
Yeah,
it's the
and they're going to say, of course we are, because we want your business.
And the first question I will ask
What is bureaucracy, by the way?
I don't know. I think he's trying to say bureaucracy.
No, I know what he's trying to say, but I think what he's really trying to say is paperwork.
Are you making fun of my accent?
No, I'm
No.
making fun of you.
We're just making fun
Your
of
accent's not the problem anymore.
Will you go to a surgeon that has
Surgeon.
a surgeon, right?
Yeah.
That has I forgot the word.
Those damn English words, they're so
Like
troublesome.
shaky hands?
They are that. Yeah, how you call
Parkinson's
it?
disease?
Parkinson's
Yeah.
disease. Will you go to a surgeon that has Parkinson?
No.
Of course you
Probably
won't.
not.
Probably not.
Yes.
Exactly. So it's the same thing. How can it be title company that doesn't know how to handle all the papers?
Yeah,
It's
it
insane.
was crazy. I mean,
Exactly.
we're asking for a HUD-1. By the way, if you guys don't know what HUD-1, that's the sheet that tells you how much money you have to bring to closing.
That you should
And
get
we should get
before.
that 3 days before, and we're still. It's at 12 o'clock yesterday. And they
Exactly.
still haven't given it to us. Like,
Exactly.
and that's why I said I've had enough.
Okay.
Obviously, we're not. I mean, you know, as soon as I saw that, we obviously weren't closing.
I told you. I couldn't see us closing that day.
Right.
The day before, we were sitting in lunch, and they sent us a breakdown of all expenses. And
Yeah.
they used terms that we have never heard before. What was it? Document? No,
that was a
doc stamps.
doc stamp, but that was I actually verified that was true. So you have to understand that this was the first time we're ever buying something in Florida.
In Florida.
And we didn't know something which was crazy.
Yeah.
Which is when you have a mortgage in Florida, if you record a mortgage in Florida,
Yeah.
you have to pay doc stamps. It's taxes on the mortgage you're recording, which is crazy, but it's real. Anyway, we got a caller. Ciano, is that correct?
From Holland.
From Holland, not from Holland outside.
From
not
Holland.
Holland. Not Holland. Holland.
Holland here, of
Holland,
course.
Pennsylvania.
I know.
Oh, okay. All right, Ciano, what's going on, man?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, very good. So I would like you to compare the returns, the benefits of buying a fixed rate annuity
Ugh.
to municipal bonds of the same length, so that removes the term, and just comment on that. I'm thinking, okay, I'll leave it alone in your hands.
All right, I hate annuities. I don't do anything with fixed rate bonds, so I can't. Municipal bonds. I just don't. My uncle was really into it, and he did very well with them throughout his life. It's not one of the things that I'm. Right now the bond rates are great because inflation was so great.
What are they?
But I'll get into it another time.
Okay.
But they're not. They're not going to stay there. But annuities to me are the absolute worst thing you can invest in. If you're pulling, are you using? And let me ask you first though: are you pulling the money out so you can have something to live off the rest of your life? Is that what you're trying to do, or are you trying to put money into an annuity to have it grow?
Live off of known fixed income that is not taxed very high, not taxed until I take it out. I'm looking for
so
the
you're
tax
looking at the
benefit.
municipal
I guess
bonds
that's
then. So you want the municipal bonds then?
Okay, so you would recommend the municipal bond over the annuity
based on when to not be taxed, but why not? So if you're going to get, so here's the thing, right? If you're going to get 3 or 4% in a municipal bond or an annuity, but I can give you 8% somewhere else, but in a pretty safe place. Even if you pay the taxes on the 8%, you're still ahead by a lot.
Okay. Can you comment on the 8% risk?
All right, so here's one of the things that we teach people, and it's really weird because people don't understand it. But one of the greatest places that you can invest money is by lending a real estate investor money. Now, you could lend a real estate investor money, and as long as you know how to underwrite the deal, we teach people this in our class. We teach people how to look at lending other people money and how to make sure that they can never get hurt, right? So what's the first thing, if you lend somebody money, what's the first question you have? Is can they pay you back, right?
Yes, that's exactly correct.
Right, of course. And will they pay you back, right? And those are the two most important things. So let me give you this scenario, and then we'll start to talk about it, because this is I'm telling you, it's a great place to put money if you can understand how to mitigate your risk when you do it. As a matter of fact, there's a book called Be the Banker, or is it?
Be the Bank.
Is it Be the Banker? I think it's Be the Banker.
Okay.
But I can't. Anyway, there's a book that really gets into it. But anyway, so here's the deal. Here's how it works.
Be your own bank? Is it be your own bank?
Be your own bank? Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, it's fine.
Remember,
anyway, the concept is real simple. So let's say I have a property and it's worth $200,000, and I want to borrow $150,000 from you to buy the property. Right? I'm either putting $50,000 of my own money up, or I'm buying the property so well that even though it's worth $200,000, I'm paying $150,000 for it. And let's just assume it needs nothing, whatever. That's fine. Now, right away, if you have the proper paperwork says that I'm going to be paying you a certain amount of money, and whatever that interest rate is. Let's say it's 8%. It could be 10%. You could charge whatever you want. I tend to say between 8 and 10% for long term is normal. If you're going to do short term, it's maybe 15%, but let's go 8 to 10% for a long rate, which is something that you want to do. Then you take that payment, you get paid every month, no matter what. Okay, now all of a sudden, if there's a problem where you aren't getting paid, we have paperwork, or we teach you how to use paperwork that has something called a confession of judgment, which basically says that if you miss 3 payments, you get the property, automatically get the property. In fact, the paperwork that I use when I borrow money from just another person, if I was to borrow money from Omri or from Debbie, the paperwork actually says that if I try to fight that, so in other words, if you have this paperwork that says that if I stop paying you for 3 months, and I go to fight you, not only do I have to pay my attorney fees, but I have to pay your attorney fees even if I win. So I'm not going to fight you. I'm going to hand you the title to the property right away, because it's silly for me to spend money to give you the property. And you just got a property worth $200,000 that I only owed you $150,000. So it's kind of funny. I make the joke a lot that there's a lot of people out there that wish I would die, so I wouldn't make the payments anymore, and they'd get all my properties. Because I'm going to tell you, probably 90% of my properties, maybe even 95% of my properties, are from private lenders who lend me money on properties. And it's so much easier, it's so much better, and they love it. I actually had lenders that when I pay them back, they get mad. They're like, hey, I've been used to this $800, $900 a month every month from you lending me, from you borrowing, I think it's about $100,000. And now I want to get that money again. So I got to go find another property to buy so they can lend me money again.
Where do you find these lenders? I mean, excuse me,
borrowers. Okay.
So
it's fine. I mean, here's an obvious place to put a plug for investor schooling. That's obvious, right? So it's funny because we actually have a mastermind, which is part of our class, and we sit there on Monday nights, and we've seen this happen where somebody on one side of the room is actually talking about, hey, they have a deal they want to buy, and somebody on the other side of the room says, hey, I'll lend you money on that deal. Now, what I do for my students is, I don't do it as a lawyer. I do it as an educator. That's all I do, right? So I'll go over the deal with the lender and say, hey, look, this is what I think of the deal. I think it might be risky. I think it might not be risky. I think it's a great deal for you. I think it might not be a great deal. As a matter of fact, we had one where somebody was going to lend money on a deal, and they came to me. They told me about it because they were lending money to another student, and they came to me and I said, you can't lose on this deal, but I don't understand why the buyer wants to buy it because they're not going to make any money on it. And the funny part was, then they came back to me. They both came back to me, and they said, "Hey, can you tell us why you said that?" And I went through the numbers, and we actually kiboshed the deal because the buyer wasn't going to make any money, and it was kind of silly for the buyer to borrow money from somebody to just pay them money and not make any money. So I said the lender had no risk, but the buyer had too much risk or wasn't going to make any money. So they ended up with a different property, and the lender ended up lending them on another property, and everything works out great. So you have to just know your paperwork. You have to understand your paperwork. Now, again, when I talk about paperwork, we have what's called sample paperwork because we're not attorneys. We're not allowed to say that they're actual paperwork. But I always say the same thing. It's the paperwork that I use on every deal. So even in this mobile home park, we have 2 private lenders in this mobile home park, and the paperwork that I'm using is very strong paperwork. And I know it's very strong paperwork, and it's there to protect the lender more than it is to protect me. That's the way you can make some money. I mean, making 8% on your money guaranteed every month is phenomenal. In fact, how old are you?
Well, I'm 77.
Okay, great. Do you have IRAs?
I have a multiple types of investment. I'm kind of diversified across what I understand.
No, I mean, but specifically, you have
CDs, IRAs,
okay,
etc. Yes.
So you're stuck taking RMDs, right?
Yes, I am.
So here's the greatest way to take RMDs. Either buy a piece of real estate that gives you rental income or lend money to a real estate investor that gives you a payment every month. And what will happen is now your RMD comes in and you're actually getting that payment, and that payment is actually your RMD. You take the payment, it goes into your IRA, it comes right back out. Yeah, you're paying taxes on it, but your IRA never goes down in value. In fact, it actually increases in value because if you're buying property, it increases in value. If you're lending money out, it stays the same. So you're actually bypassing the whole concept of the IRS taking your money by doing it that way. I actually write about that in my book. How to take RMDs.
If you don't mind, no one does things for free. Can you tell me how you benefit from these transactions?
So me as a borrower?
No, the school.
Oh no. So first of all, we teach. So we just we teach people how to do this. So we charge tuition. You come in, you learn a whole bunch of things about money. You'll come in. Actually, the best thing to do is come in and take a free class on Thursday. Not this. Is it Thursday? No.
Yeah, Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday the 4th. We're back open. So Thursday the 4th, come in and take a free class. Learn something, and you'll actually learn something. You'll actually see the style of learning. Then we do coaching, and we do one-on-one coaching. So we'll be able to do that too. These are all things that we offer our students because most people don't know anything about money. You've obviously accumulated a lot of money, which is awesome. But most people don't even know what they did. They just woke up one day and they go, "Hey, look, I did this, I did this, I did this. I don't know why I did it, but I did it, and luckily I have some money." But there are ways along the way that you could have made more. There are ways along the way that you could save taxes. It's funny because a lot of times I'm listening to, well, I want to be careful what I say, but I'm listening to registered reps, which you've probably spoken to a few of them, and they use this term fiduciary, right? And it drives me nuts because actually by SEC law, the word fiduciary is actually a complete lie. Fiduciary, the way they describe the word fiduciary is they're supposed to do the best for you that they possibly can with your money, correct?
Yes.
So here's what happens when you get in front of a fiduciary, right? He can ask you a whole bunch of questions, and if he has 5 products, and some sell more, some sell less, but if he only has 5 products, he can't talk about anything else but those 5 products. And what I mean by that is if he sees it's something in you that says, "Hey, I know about this thing that exists out here in left field that would be fantastic for you, and I don't make a commission on it. I don't know anything about it. You need to talk to the guy somewhere else, and I'm just not the guy for you."
He can't mention it.
He can't mention it by law, and by law he can't tell you what's best for you. So whenever somebody says they're a fiduciary, it drives me crazy because the SEC actually says you must not be able to, you cannot take care of a client in their best needs unless you can sell anything in the entire world, which is impossible. So if you want to go to your registered rep, for example, and say, "Hey, I was talking to Larry Steinhouse and he said this is a great idea, lending money to real estate investors." First of all, he obviously would say don't do that because he doesn't make a commission on it. But besides that, if he wanted to be completely honest with you, he has to say, "Oh, that's not a good idea. let's talk about my annuity for you. He's not even allowed to discuss it with you. As soon as he does, he's actually breaking SEC laws. It's actually called selling away. You can look it up. And I've actually had friends who years ago lost their license because they tried to help somebody by doing the right thing, and they lost their license because they were selling away. So that's how crazy it is out there right now, is that the SEC doesn't protect you. It actually hurts you.
Okay. All right. So I'm interested in your school. I think I might drop by on a Thursday.
That'd be great. Where do you live? Oh, you're in Holland. That's right.
5 minutes away.
Yeah, you're exactly. You're 5 minutes away.
Yes, sir.
So we would look forward to seeing you. It'd be awesome. What's up?
I was just going to thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, man. And feel free to stop by. We'll talk to me. Come and say hi, because some people come in. They sit in the back and they don't even say hi. But make sure you come in and say hi to me. And Dr. Deb will be there, and Omri will be there, and hopefully we will see you this 4th. The best way to do it is go to investorschooling.com, investorschooling.com, and RSVP, so that way we can make sure we have a seat for you.
Okay, very good.
Hey,
Thank you.
Great. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
We'll be very happy to see you.
Take care. All right, that was interesting. That's always one of my favorite topics is how
fiduciaries.
Yeah, fiduciary. It drives me crazy.
I know.
It absolutely drives me crazy. And they're not even, they don't even know that they're liars.
No, that's what they've been taught.
They've been taught, right? They've been taught this one thing, and they don't even realize that they're liars. It drives me nuts. Yeah. All right, what do you think, Deb? You want to talk about your property again?
It's up on the market, and I'm waiting, hopefully, to get some hits.
So this is the one, right? This is the one that you bought.
In Illinois.
So here's another thing, too. And see, I know this is another thing that's interesting, too. There are people so what Deb does something called JVing. And you may even find this interesting, too. And this is kind of a different scenario. And of course, I want to make sure that everyone on the air knows that we're not soliciting money. We're educating you. We're just telling you different ways that you can make money. I want to make sure that it's understood that this is not asking you to come here and invest your money with us. It's not.
Of course not.
We are going to teach you education, but I just want to let you know that these are some of the things that we do. So Deb right now, she makes money doing this. So she'll buy a property, like this is called an REO. It's a piece of real estate that's owned by a bank, and she bought it for a certain amount of money. Now, what she did was she JV'd with somebody. It happened to be a student, which is kind of interesting.
It was a student.
And she JV'd with somebody where basically the student put up all the money, which is fantastic. And then when Debbie sells the product, sells the house, whatever the profits are, they split 100%. So to me, that's a really cool way to make money too. So basically, Debbie's buying properties with absolutely no money. Somebody has some money lying around, and their return will probably be in about 4 months. It'll probably be just in 4 months.
Not even
25%, 30% on their money.
Well, so far it's been just over a month. So
okay,
yeah, so it's been just over a month. But yeah, we're planning to make. Hopefully, it'll be like $15,000 or $18,000 on it.
Right. So it was a small amount of money that they put in.
Yeah, there was a small amount of money they put in. But yeah, it'll be a nice return. The return for us should be, probably around 20%. So
and then the best one that we did was the note that we bought for $5,000, and we make $250 ish a month.
Yeah, but it's worth like $40,000.
I know, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So that's a cool one too. So I JV'd with Debbie on that one. I actually put up the money. She found the deal. I put up the money. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Yeah. Let's make this. This was an easy one. This was a no-brainer. Actually, I helped you negotiate it, but it was a no-brainer. That one. That was one of the best deals I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was.
I wish it was $500,000. We were making $20,000 a month. But,
I know.
What are you gonna do?
What was interesting is that came in at they wanted like 35, and we got them down to 10, and then we got them down to
5. Yeah.
So it was really incredible how that happened. Like that. So I just want to say that doesn't usually happen that way, but I mean, it just was. She just really wanted to get rid of this note. She wanted nothing to do with it. I'm like, all right, well, give me 5, and she's like, all right. So she just wanted out. So it was really a pretty good deal.
All right. So anyway, so that property you bought it. So you bought it. You put it up on the market.
I bought it. I cleaned it out. It took 3 or 4 days to clean out, and it's up on the market. And so I'm hoping. So I know that it's already gotten a couple showings. Before it was officially up on the market, there was an investor who came and said, would you be interested in cash closing in 2 weeks? And I'm like, yeah. So I don't know if they've come back or not because the realtor's kind of handling all that. So hopefully it'll be coming back soon.
Yeah, and it's also that time of year where like nothing's getting done.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm thinking maybe after the New Year
Yeah.
because I think I put it up right before Christmas or right after Christmas. Like, so it's that weird week, you know. But I'm hoping in the next couple weeks we'll get it sold and it'll be
Absolutely.
You know, it'll be nice and do it again and keep doing that.
And you didn't need to put any money in paint, renovation, anything.
Nothing.
Amazing.
So this is a dry run. I'm doing this as a dry run because
Yeah.
this is a different way. I haven't done this before. This is something that I learned from one of our friends here at the school who does very similar things, and I took one of his trainings and he was fantastic, and he actually fixes up all the properties top level, like high level, like top of the top of the top. So I wanted to try it out and see how it worked. Like I said, this one kind of fell in my lap, and we're doing it as a dry run, but I want to be doing this in the South U.S., like maybe Mississippi or I don't know, maybe Tennessee or Kentucky or, you know, and the reason is just because the properties are a lot cheaper to buy there than they are here. Like here in Delaware and New Jersey and Pennsylvania, you know, they're just more expensive to buy here. But if you can go down south, you buy a property for $50,000-$60,000, you put $50,000 into it, it's worth $200,000, you know, and then you could sell it to a turnkey investor and hold a note and make money on it every month, which is the idea, is to have cash flow every month. So this REO is like trial run. It's working really well, and hopefully there's more to come.
Yeah, and here's the thing, you know, at Investor Schooling, first of all, Debbie and I are the main instructors, right? We also have a business guy who's the main instructor also. But I will tell you, just so you understand, you know, we're constantly learning. You know, we constantly learn new things, and which is kind of neat too. And then we apply it, and we talk to our students, and we teach our students. I mean, you know,
we learn from our student too.
We've learned. There are students we learn from. Absolutely,
I know.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, no doubt about it. We have one of our coaches who owns like, I don't know, 4 or 5 businesses, and I'm talking about like super successful businesses. And it's amazing because he has more time on his hands owning these businesses than most people have time on their hands going to work every day.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting when you learn from a guy like that.
And recently we had a student that teach us so much about credit.
Well, yeah. He actually expanded upon what I teach. Exactly right.
Wow,
that guy was pretty wild, right? So he came in. So I teach people how to get credit all the time. Actually, I'm at $960,050 worth of available credit
So
credit
close.
cards right now. And you know, and my goal was $1 million. And he goes, yeah, I got $1 million, big deal. I'm like, really?
That's great.
And then there's a couple little things, little nuances that he does that I don't do, which I thought was pretty fascinating. But he did. The one thing he does, the funny part was he actually refers to my book, because in my book, Money Hacks, I talk about how credit is actually, how your credit score is actually calculated. Yeah. And he actually said he's never seen it laid out so well before. So that was kind of neat too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, hey, should we give away a Money Hacks book?
We should actually.
You know what? You know, since Ciano didn't get one, he has to come in on. We'll give him one if he comes in on Thursday.
Yeah.
Sure.
But anybody else who calls in, we'll mail you one. So what do we want to make? What do we want to make the reason that we give him a book for?
Tell us about your recent investment.
I got a better one.
Okay.
How about if they wish you happy birthday?
Okay, sure.
If they sing happy birthday to you.
There you go.
All right. If you sing happy birthday to Omri,
Wish the immigrant.
you can either say happy birthday Omri or happy birthday immigrant. I don't care, either one. And then you get a book. But first we're going to go to commercial. When we come back, all the calls will be lined up. So don't forget 855-939-1137.
855-939-1137.
One more time.
855-939-1137.
So if you call 855-939-1137 and wish Omri a happy birthday, sing happy birthday to Omri.
Sing happy birthday.
You get a free book. All right, we'll see you in a minute. This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Are you afraid of the Great Reset? Well, the Great Reset won't apply to those who own real assets. At Investor Schooling, we teach you how to own real assets like real estate, gold, silver, and other investments, including stocks, stock options, and even the basics of cryptocurrency. We even teach you how to pay thousands less in taxes legally. So go to investorschooling.com and find out how you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday. investorschooling.com. This is Larry Steinhouse, and you have probably heard my radio shows and listened to my great advice. If you guys are on Facebook and you're not going to call and wish happy, and you're not going to sing I just finished Omri happy birthday, I'm going to be so disappointed. All things I teach at Investor Schooling and on my radio shows. 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137.
And
you can pre-order this book wherever books are sold.
I mean,
come on,
I want
from Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse. Hey, it might even be a tax deduction. Order
Yeah.
Money Hacks by Larry I wish I was Steinhouse, wherever 38 books are again.
I
sold,
don't have
and
many
come
more
see me
years.
at
Yeah.
Investor
Oh, yeah.
Schooling.
That's it. You're dying next year. That's it. You're done.
This is Larry
Yeah.
Steinhouse from
Get outta
Investor
here.
Schooling. Are you tired of being broke?
No.
If you're tired of being broke, go to
Hello.
investorschooling.com,
Happy birthday to you.
sign up for a complimentary class this Thursday, and learn how not to be.
Feeling better.
investorschooling.com and sign up for a complimentary class this Thursday. And if you have any questions, you can call us at 215-876-3002, 215-876-3002. Go to investorschooling.com, sign up for this Thursday, and learn how not to be broke. Investorschooling.com. This is Larry Steinhouse from Investor Schooling, and I'm so excited when our students do well. Listen to this student and listen to what he has to say about Investor Schooling.
I sold one of my properties last October, doubled my money, and what I did, I invested into another property and then closed on a refi, and I wrote myself a check out for $118,000.
That's awesome. I'm so excited. And if you want to find out more about Investor Schooling, go to investorschooling.com, and we will see you Thursday night, and we will help you any way we can. This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. The opportunity to retire with a great big real estate portfolio is coming
love it,
quickly,
Glenn. Thank
and
you.
you want to learn how to do it. We all know the downturn is around the
That's
corner.
so funny.
What does that mean to you? You need to learn how to take advantage of this opportunity, like how to buy
How
discounted
do you
properties
feel,
with
Glenn?
absolutely no money out of your pocket. Can it be done? Yes, it can. Can you learn how to do it? Yes, you can. Go to investorschooling.com and find out how you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday. Investorschooling.com.
All right, Larry, coming back.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is Larry Steinhouse. You're listening to Investor Schooling Live. And, of course, you can take a complimentary class this Thursday by going to investorschooling.com. I'm here with my co-host, Dr. Debbie Anderson, and, of course, Omri Morad, whose birthday is on Monday.
Yeah, the first.
Right? And we were saying if we're going to give away a book. We're going to give you a book.
Okay.
One of my books, Money Hacks, which is a great book, by the way.
It's an amazing book.
We've got a lot of good stuff in there. How to
I
make
know.
all stuff you never knew about money. And if you call in, I'm just laughing because nobody called in.
Okay.
If you call in and wish and sing
We do
happy
have
birthday,
one.
no, he left.
He dropped, yeah.
He dropped. So if you call in and wish and sing happy birthday to Omri, you get a free book.
Even my mom is not calling.
Well, maybe you should call your mom and tell her to call in.
Maybe. Good job.
You know, you had a whole opportunity during the commercial. You should have called your mom.
Okay.
All right, so wait, hold on, wait. Oh, we got somebody who might want to wish you happy birthday.
Oh, maybe.
All right, let's see. Hey, Jim, what's going on, man?
Is today his birthday, December 30th?
No, it's on Monday the 1st.
Oh, mine's today, December 30th. But
Well, happy birthday to you.
Oh, so we need to sing to him.
Okay. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Omri.
Immigrant.
Happy birthday to
Thank you, Jim.
Woohoo.
Thank you.
All right. So what's up, Jim? Anything exciting going on in your life?
you. No, it's just the end of the year. Nothing special. I was curious. Are you ever going to give a class over in New Jersey?
Where do you live?
You ever thought about that? I live down in Logan Township. It's like closer to Delaware.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
far. I mean, look,
Yeah.
you actually can get online. We have a Zoom class, so you can actually get online if you want to watch on Zoom. Would that work for you?
Possibly, yeah. I'm not too adept at Zoom. Let's put it that way. But
I understood. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's always
but-
fun. It's always fun to be in person too. So it might even be, it might be a good idea to come to the Money Multiplier event for the day.
Yeah. That would be better.
Learn who we are, and then we can figure out a way to work that out for you because maybe it'll work. So we have an event on February 10th,
February 10th, yeah.
and it's called the Money Multiplier event.
We
do
have
this.
amazing speakers.
Yeah, we have
this
some
time.
really amazing speakers
Wow.
coming in.
Yes.
You might want to do this. So if you go to the number 4mmw.com, it's the number 4mmw.com. You can. You know what? It's your birthday. Let's give him a free ticket.
All right.
All right, you want to do that? We'll give him a free ticket.
As long as you can come. That's the key. You
Yeah.
have to be able to come.
Can you come on February 10th?
What day of the week is it?
Saturday.
It's a Saturday, yeah.
It's a Saturday. Yeah, if I'm not working, I might be able to do it. Yeah.
So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have either Deb or Hannah give you a call this week because obviously we're not open until the 4th this week. But one of them will give you a call this week and we'll give you all the details. So we're going to give you a book and we're going to give you a free ticket to the Money Multiplier. How cool is that?
That's very cool. Thanks.
Just won the lottery.
You know why I didn't want to. You know why I wanted to give you the ticket? Because I didn't want to have to sing "Happy Birthday" to you.
I'm not so sure we want to hear you sing "Happy Birthday."
I know. Actually, I gotta tell you, I don't think I could have been worse than Jim did it though. But thanks, man. I appreciate it. So hang on the line. Phil's going to take your information. Phil Malmquist is going to take your information, and let me get Matt. What's going on, Matt?
Larry, good to see you. Good to talk to you. Happy birthday to Omri.
Thank you.
You got to sing it to get the book.
Sing it to him. Let's say it. Happy birthday, Omri. Happy birthday, Omri. Happy birthday, Omri. Happy birthday, Omri.
Ooh, wow.
Thank you, man.
Cool. Anyway, my situation is I do have a small background in real estate. I was a realtor. I lived in this area my whole life, the Philly area.
Uh-huh.
But I lived in Arizona briefly. I was a realtor out there. I did some wholesaling. I was on point. And, things fell apart in my life. I got into lots of credit card debt. And, I'm at this point where I'm in debt, broke, not making a lot of money to, be able to, invest or anything like that. I guess I'm just basically looking for basic advice just to get back in the game, I know you can do a lot of things without money. That's kind of what the wholesaling I did was out in Arizona. But I'm just in a funk. I'm trying to figure out, how to get out of the hole I'm in. Because you start digging out, and then another thing happens. You never get you're on a hamster wheel. You know what I mean?
Matt, I want to tell you something. You are after the first step, because the first step is acknowledging that. I can't believe how many people we see that have been or are in this situation and they lie to themselves and they don't understand it. And they are sure that it's not true. And you are above that step, and now it's the time to repair.
So that's very true, Omri. I agree with you. But you know what? I'm going to ask Dr. Deb to tell you what to do. I'm wondering if because this is a coaching appointment. This is not. This is not an advice appointment. So why don't you give him a good coaching advice?
Nothing like putting me on the spot here.
I know.
Are you saying to come in for a class so we can teach?
Of course, but that's different. Here's what it is. You ready for this?
I've done the online classes with you guys, but maybe I'll come in for a class one time.
Please do. Bridgeport is 45 minutes.
Hold on.
I would think debt stacking would be something like working on debt stacking would be something.
No. So you guys are missing it. Okay. And it's true. Everything you're saying is true.
Okay.
But you're missing the main problem.
Okay.
You got it yet or no? All right, here it is. The main problem, Matt, stop thinking about it. Stop talking about it. Stop saying that you're in debt. Stop saying that you can't figure out how to make money. As soon as you start to say, hey, I'm abundant, I have more money than I need, I have everything I need, you're going to get it.
Manifesting.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
The more you talk negative about yourself, the bigger the problem is going to be. You ever read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill?
I read it 25 years ago. Yep.
Yeah. So remember, 25 years ago, how much of an effect it had on you?
Yeah. I used to own a business. I used to own a successful retail beer business at one point.
Okay.
And then I was temporarily insane and got with the wrong girl, and but no longer. I am a successful person who's has abundance, and the best is yet to come. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I might even recommend read the book again. It's time. It's been years since I read it, and and I'm reading another book right now, and that's going to be my next book again. But I'm going to tell you right now, you have to continue to remotivate yourself. I think it was Zig Ziglar who said, motivational speeches are like bathing. You have to do it every day, or the effect wears off.
I agree. Yeah.
So absolutely, you got to start motivating yourself. Stop thinking negative. So you're in Bridgeport. You could come to us, right? You can come to our class. You can come in person, right?
Yeah.
Come in person. Be here this Thursday, and we will motivate you. I promise you. And if nothing else, you'll have a good time. will motivate you. And look, I'm not worried about whether you can afford our classes or not. I'm worried about you coming. You're going to learn something. And if you learn something and you get it going, something happens. That's all. The class is free. The first class is free. So it's always funny because people they'll do this all the time. Like, yeah, but then I have to pay afterwards. So what? Come for the first one, get the free information, and at least take that home, right? So show up.
Yeah, I agree.
We see you this Thursday.
One of my coaches says, show up for your own success story. And that's what I've been doing this year. I've been showing up for my own success story. Yeah. Now, it's affecting other things, and I'm working on that too. But you know what? Show up for your own success story. Go to investorschooling.com, and register for a class this Thursday, and show up for your own success story. And I promise you that you're going to learn something. If nothing else, you're going to learn something.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there for sure.
And we'll kick your butt into stop thinking negative things about yourself.
I need a butt kicking. Yes.
Good.
I'm getting motivated just talking to you. By telling you what to do.
Well, I know, I mean, with my credit cards, I called the banks and, I got them to reduce the rates a little bit, not drastic, but it went from 30 down to 23 or something, that's something, but, let's start, so. But I want to get back into real estate. I used to invest stocks. I had business. And then I got to the point where I was homeless briefly, believe it or not. So,
So how old are you?
That's the way it is. I'm 47.
Oh, you got plenty of time. You got plenty of time. You could, you could actually become a multimillionaire in the next 5 years and not have to worry about it anymore. Yeah. It doesn't take long.
I believe it. I should have been. I would have been. My building in my business, my building loan that I had is a small commercial building. It would have been paid off 2 years ago. It was a 15-year loan. That would have been worth, $600,000-$700,000.
Right, stop
maybe
it.
A little more
Stop
than
it.
that.
Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Right?
Stop it. I don't want to hear anything about your past anymore. Because the more you talk about your past, the more you ruin your future. Your past is your past.
Right.
You can't undo or redo anything. All you could do is do new things. So I want you to start talking about what you're going to do, not about what you did. Not about the bad. Who cares?
Right.
Who cares? You got involved with some woman. Who cares?
Right.
Stop blaming those people. It's done. It's finished. Tomorrow's another day.
I agree.
You're going to wake up tomorrow. You're going to start Think and Grow Rich, and you're going to start to change your entire life again. And you're going to say, I am a winner. I have all the money I need. I'm in abundance, and I am going to be a real estate investor again. No big deal. That's simple.
Gotcha.
Are we going to see you this Thursday?
Appreciate it. Yes, I'm definitely going to be there.
Amazing.
If he, you know what, Glenn? I'm sorry, Phil. You're going to take down his number, and you know what? Take down his, because we're supposed to give him a book, right?
Yeah.
But we're not going to give it to him. We're going to hold it in the envelope, and on Thursday when he shows up, I'm going to hand it to him. If he doesn't show up, I'm not going to even give him the book.
All right.
All right.
I'm all about it. That's a fair deal. I like it.
Come, please come.
Yep.
All right. But he's going to get your information because I want to put it all in the envelope. We're all ready to go for you to show you that we were ready to send it to you, but I'm not saying it to you unless you show up because that's how much you need to show up.
All right, that's fair. Fair deal. I'm going to do it.
You got it, man. Go to investorschooling.com and register. All right, Matt. Hey, we appreciate it.
And happy birthday, Omri.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Awesome. That was kind of fun.
It is.
On the phone coaching, on the radio coaching appointment.
Yeah. It's the essence of how this, can I say institute?
Institute? Sure, I guess.
Yeah, we can, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how much this institute is dedicated to make a change in people's life.
That's all we do. That's what I get up for every morning.
We so much care about those people.
Oh my goodness. There are times where, because I work 80 hours a week to teach people not to work 40 hours a week.
I know.
That I just want to go home and forget this. But when I get off the phone with a guy like Matt or help a guy like Matt, that's what gets me up in the morning.
I know.
Knowing that there's somebody else out there to help. There's somebody else out there to help. There's somebody else out there to help. That's all I think about at this point. Because honestly, that's all there is. If not, I could go and I take a lot of time out of my own life for the school, and you guys do too, and I appreciate you guys. And imagine how much more money we would make if we were out there on the streets buying real estate every day.
I agree.
Instead of teaching other people how to do it.
I agree.
We'd make so much more money.
Because it's more satisfying.
Yeah, exactly. It's more satisfying. You got to have a purpose in life.
Yes.
And my purpose is to help as many people as I can to change their life financially. And that's what I do this for.
Amazing.
It is fun, right?
I agree.
I know that's why you do this. I mean, you get paid the least out of all of us.
And I'm very happy to see what's going on in this school. Every time, every day. I know.
And it's your birthday.
The success story.
And you're going to be 38.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't you wish you could be 38 again?
I wish, yeah.
Don't you wish you could be 38 and have as many properties as he has right now?
I know. That's what I mean. Like 38 and having as many properties as he has. That's great.
I mean, I got more properties than you.
Yeah.
But I'm not 38. So it makes
We
a
have
difference.
Sterling from California.
Oh, Sterling from California. I actually know who this is. What's
I
up,
just chatted
Sterling?
with Sterling the other day.
What's up, Sterling?
Hey, happy birthday, immigrant. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear immigrant. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Sterling. At least not with a Spanish accent.
He's so great.
So Sterling is one of our students, but he's also, and he's in California, just so you know. So we do have students in other
all over
states.
Yeah.
But he's also you got something really cool that you do, and it's very complicated what you do. And the audience that we have listening right now probably could benefit from you a little bit. So since you already have a copy of my book, I'm going to let you give yourself a little bit of a plug if you could describe what you do.
You're gonna send it to my daughter Sophia. That's why I was gonna make you send one to her.
Oh, I can do that.
What?
I can do that.
Because I can't get her to. I can't get her to read it if I give it to her. But if it comes from Larry Steinhouse,
himself,
autographed copy and maybe a personal note saying, "Hey, she's always bugging me. Why don't you get me a credit card? Why don't you get me a credit card?" I said, "Well, why don't you figure out how to get one yourself?"
So you probably should.
How old is she?
She's 19.
And she wants a credit card.
She's 19.
So do you have credit cards in her name yet? Like your credit cards with her as an authorized user yet?
No, I haven't done that because
you need to do that.
Not exhibited the best behavior.
No. Listen. Let me explain something to you, okay? You're going to put her on your credit. This is great for everybody out there. Yeah. You're going to put her on your credit card, like her name on your credit card, but you don't give her the credit card, so she can't use it. But what you're doing is using your good credit to build her good credit. Yeah. Now, if you have a credit card that, like, let's say, for example, let's say it's a $10,000 limit, and you keep it high, like you're often charging $7,000 or $10,000. Don't do that. But if you keep it close to zero, make her an authorized user. Get her a credit card. When it comes, rip it up or destroy it. You don't even have to tell her you have it. And now it'll build her credit. So that way her credit will be built faster.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good idea. I didn't think of that.
I know it's in my book that you obviously didn't read, and and I teach it, and you obviously didn't look at that class. So that's all right. I understand. There's so many things and different things to learn in investor schooling that you haven't learned it all yet.
That's correct. And this is the I just got through with my crazy time of year with tax planning. So
yes.
So you were mentioning tax planning. So what I do is I teach people that have a certain level of success how to dramatically reduce their tax liability. Utilizing some of the things that exist in real estate, and many times, but other areas. So most of my clients are doctors and lawyers and business owners, but they're not generally real estate holders, and there's a lot of tricks out there that you can harvest accelerated appreciation, which is something most real estate people know a lot about.
Right. So you're talking about accelerated depreciation, right? So let's talk about this. Let's talk about that real quick. Since we only got a couple of minutes. We only got a couple of minutes, and I know, conversations with you can go on very long because you're brilliant. Not because you talk a lot. That's Omri. Omri talks a lot.
Well, you're brilliant.
But because you're
brilliant. That's why I listen to you and have paid you money for your knowledge. Because you're brilliant.
I appreciate that. Now that we've established a mutual admiration society.
Only money I've gotten from you is at the poker table. But
that's right. I came out to California and he grabbed $2,000 from me playing poker. right, but real quick.
Yeah, but I did pay for investors school. So I mean, so obviously I think you're brilliant. So you've done a better job than I've done of you. Except for you.
All right, hold on. Let's get back to educating the masses instead of this great conversation, which is kind of fun. So, real quick, explain accelerated depreciation to someone out there who's never heard of it before.
Okay, well, so under the 2017 Tax Act, under let's say the least popular President Trump. Hopefully he's president again, but he allowed for you to accelerate depreciate items that had potentially a less than 5-year period. And, there's things that you can do. Like if you own a piece of real estate, you can do a cost segregation study and accelerate the items in that building that have a shorter lifespan, conceivably than 15 years or 5 years. And you can write all of that off in many cases if you're a real estate owner against active earnings, or you can write it against passive losses. So let's assume light fixtures, door handles, certain hardware. You can go around a building and you can find up to 40% of the cost of construction in many cases that you can write off in a building quickly. And it comes under Section Code 179 and 168K, and it allows for, in some cases, some portions, an unlimited amount of deduction at 100%. Like these, there's some affordable housing units and things like that, or there's.
So it's interesting. It's interesting that you brought up the hardware in buildings. I actually had never heard of that before. Most of the time people talk about 179. They talk about the car, right? So you're buying a car. If it's 6,000, I think it's 6,000 pounds or more, you can write the whole car off this year, even if you haven't even paid for it yet. You can write the whole car off this year and deduct that from your business income, and that's kind of cool because that could save you a lot of money, especially if you had a really good year. But I actually never heard of what you just said, which is the
it's a new thing.
Yeah, all of the pieces
hardware,
inside. The hardware, but it was also called. It's called.
You're not
something.
familiar with You're not familiar with cost segregation.
I'm not when it comes to I didn't even think about the hardware. Is what I'm trying to say. You mentioned hardware like the doorknobs and the light fixtures. I never heard of that before, and that's pretty wild.
That should go as appreciation.
Yeah, I know. So there's an entire study out there that's done by accountants and engineers, which would allow for an existing real estate holder. Let's assume you sold a building and you have this gain. You could actually go back through all of your properties and do a cost segregation study and utilize the losses created on the depreciation, and wipe out that gain with those accelerated losses that exist inside the real estate that you already hold.
That's pretty wild. We said it earlier that I'm always learning things.
Yes,
and we learn things from our students. There we go. There's a perfect example. All right, so real quick, Sterling, you are like the Wild West of how to help people save money on taxes. Is there a phone number that people can reach you if they wanted to learn more about you?
Sure. Well, I'm blanking on the 800 number, but if they're willing to make a long-distance phone call, my office is 626-844-1190, or they could look me up on at financialarchitects.com.
Financialarchitect.com. All right, very cool. And do you have a opt-in number too?
I do. It's you got to help me out with this, Larry. It's early here in California, and I'm tired. So it's the Tax Act. What is that number again?
It's
Tax Act
26786.
Yeah, tax.
Right. So you can send a text. You can send a text message to 26786. And what's the keyword? Tax. TAX. That's probably the easiest way.
Yeah.
All right, so if you send the word tax, TAX, to 26786, you'll be connected with Sterling, and he will be able to help you with some wild stuff. I mean, I'm telling you right now, if you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, if you make a lot of money, or if you have something that's going to cause you a big income this year in a sale of a building or something else, talk to Sterling. He is the guy to help you save taxes. You're awesome, man. I appreciate you calling in. And we got about...
you're... Hey, I have one question before you go.
Sure.
I don't remember. I talk to Debbie all the time, but I forget she's a doctor. What do you have a doctorate in, Debbie?
Instructional design. So I could build curriculums and I could build training programs in education. So that's what that's what it's in. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, all the people that hang out with Larry are brilliant, too.
That's absolutely
Nice
true.
talking to you guys.
They always say you want to be the dumbest person in the room. Whenever I'm in a room with Omri, that's really difficult. But
That's how people wish me happy birthday, I guess. In
We love
Seoul.
you. We love you.
hey, so you want us to send your book to your daughter, correct?
Yeah, Sophia.
All right, so hold on. Phil's going to get her address. I'm going to send it out to Sophia. So hold on a second. And what do we got? We got about a minute and a half.
Good.
So it's good that we have a minute and a half?
Yes.
Why?
Because I think we had a very productive show today.
We did. It was
talked
very interesting.
about many things, about real estate, about investment. It was very, very interesting.
Yeah. So what's interesting too is the S&P actually went up almost 25% this year.
Well, before we get too far, I just want to give a shout out to Sterling and his mom, because his mom just had some surgery and she just got out of the hospital, and I'm hoping she's doing well and wishing Sterling well because he's taking care of her. So, God bless and sending good thoughts out your way.
Yes.
Yeah.
We do.
Good people. Definitely good people. All right. So real quick, like I said, the S&P did almost 25% this year. Now, that was interesting. Everybody thought it was going to be a year of a recession, and instead we had a really incredible increase in the S&P. And housing prices did not drop yet.
No.
Okay, I'm still predicting 2025 to be the bad year.
I sent you a house. We looked at a house together half a year ago, and you said it's too much. It can't be. And now a house.
I know.
A house across the street.
Still for almost 100,000 more.
100,000 more.
I know. I still can't believe that either.
I can't believe what's going on in the market.
I know. It's still done, but I still say that this spring, we're going to see a decrease in price. Not by a lot, but we're going to see a decrease in price.
I agree.
And something very scary is going to happen in 2025.
And
unfortunately, if Trump becomes president, they're going to blame him for it, so that's going to be a problem too. All right, anyway, let me do this. Let me say goodbye to everybody. I appreciate you all listening. I appreciate some of the great callers today. Everybody wish happy birthday to Omri.
Happy birthday, Omri.
Of course, I want to thank Phil Omquist for taking care of us today, because it's in the morning. We're all tired. It's all early. And of course, if you want to take a complimentary class this Thursday, January 4th, you will go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com. And we're going to teach you some cool stuff. I'm telling you, if these guys show up who said they were going to show up, they're going to learn a lot. So go to investorschooling.com, and we will see you Thursday.
This program is paid.
All right, Larry, you're out. I'm texting you Sophia's address right now.
Awesome. Thanks, bud.
Talk to you soon. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.
Yeah, have a great New Year, man.
Yeah.
From the Cherry Hill Volvo Studios, where relationships matter, always